In business, the average manager receives as many as 50 or even 100 emails in a working day. The subject line is the first thing a reader will see, so it really needs to grab their attention straight away. The subject line really is the most important part of an email, as it often determines whether or not anyone will actually open and read your email. A poorly written subject line, or a subject line that is left blank, could mean that your email goes unread. It doesn't really matter how good the content of your email is if the subject line doesn't get the reader to open your email in the first place. Some experts say that not including a subject line is one of the biggest mistakes you can make in business writing. Now, you'll probably at some point in your working life have received a business email with no subject at all. As we know, it is a well-written subject line that grabs readers' attention and gets them to open an email. So a blank subject line will most likely get ignored, lost, or even deleted. It could even annoy the recipient, as without a subject line, recipients are forced to open the email to figure out what the content is all about. Now, it's your subject line that keeps your reader interested and convinces them that the content of your message is important and worth taking the time out of their busy day to read. 3 main considerations for great subject lines are: keep it short. A typical email program like Outlook only reveals about 60 characters of an email subject line. Mobile devices show much less than that, so to get your email opened, get right to the point in about 6 to 8 words. Make sure you don't write long subject lines that won't even be displayed. Keep it clear. The subject line should communicate exactly what the email is all about. It should give an indication of what action, if any, the reader needs to take, and, if appropriate, when they need to take it by. That way, the recipient can prioritize the email's importance before they open it. If you're writing an important internal email, consider starting your email with the subject line "action by" plus the deadline. That way, it shows the recipient that there is a deadline involved. This will immediately grab the reader's attention, and they can see right away, without having to open the email, that they need to do something by a given time or date. For example, action by Thursday 5 p.m, agreement approval. This subject gives the reader enough information before they open the email that the content is important and has a deadline attached to it. Another way some people like to start their subject lines is by using the word urgent if they have something that needs to be done in a hurry. However, do be aware about overusing this word, as over time it will become less and less effective and risks being ignored if every email you write is marked urgent. Finally, it's important that the subject line is relevant to the reader. It's easy to think about an email from your own point of view, but try to put yourself in the reader's shoes and ask, why should I care about that? Be focused on the reader and offer a benefit that the reader can make use of in your subject line. Which email would you be more likely to open? Punctual time reporting? Now, this could be relevant to someone in a finance department wanting employees to submit their weekly timesheets by a certain deadline. The problem with this subject line is that only the action is mentioned, not the benefit to the reader. A more reader-focused subject line, such as "get paid the right amount," gives the reader a good reason to open the email. When your subject line focuses more on why your reader should open your email and less on what you want to say, you'll get much better results from your emails. Here's one more tip. Make sure your subject line is correct. Nothing reduces your chances of getting your email opened than a typo or an error in the subject line. So make sure you take the time to review the content and recheck the spelling before you hit that send button. Apply these tips and you'll be able to write much better subject lines that grab the reader's attention and get opened.